Student friends, as per our discussion in the classroom, today onwards, I am giving you online lecture on topic number 5, and that is oscillator. So all those online lectures will be put on the our electronics WhatsApp group. So kindly follow those particular online video lectures for only one topic. Friends, as we already studied, when we have studied the negative feedback amplifier, the topic is going on offline. In that we have studied that if feedback is positive, that means whenever fraction of the output is to be taken and it is given back to the input, and if that feedback voltage is added back to the input, it increases the input voltage so that it is after amplification output further increases. We already studied there that if internal loop gain KAV becomes equal to or greater than 1, then gain of positive feedback amplifier becomes to be equal to infinity. When gain of positive feedback becomes infinity, naturally we are going to obtain output voltage maximum without any input. And the circuit that produces the maximum output without any input is called as oscillator. Oscillator uses the positive feedback. Till and until it doesn't uses the positive feedback, the amplifier circuit doesn't act as an oscillator. That oscillator we are going to study in topic number 5, known as oscillator circuits. Let me go with our plan of lectures. We are going to complete our topic number 5 with our lecture plan as it is represented. Introduction of the topic, just now I did it, that by employing the positive feedback in an amplifier, we can convert simple amplifier circuit into an oscillatory circuit. An amplifier with the positive feedback, after satisfying the certain condition, it can be used as an oscillator. We are going to study details of that further. Then we are going to study types of oscillator. After that, we are going to study Barkhausen criteria. Then we are going to study the working of tank circuit, which is responsible to generate the oscillations. Then in the types of oscillator, we are going to study details regarding Hartley oscillator, Colpitts oscillator, crystal oscillator, Wien-Bridge oscillator, and our last phase shift oscillator. So these are the 5 oscillators whose details we are going to cover. Previous to that, we are going to complete the sum of the things which are necessary to study the 5 types of an oscillator. So this is the lecture plan with which we are going to complete our topic, namely an oscillator. Friends, while introducing the oscillator, we can say oscillator is electronic circuit that converts DC into AC. Friends, already we have studied in the first topic that rectifier is a circuit that converts AC into DC. Here we are going to study an oscillator. We are going to define oscillator as it is the circuit that converts DC into AC. Oscillator doesn't going to act as an inverter. In inverter also DC will be converted into AC, but in inverter the frequency is fixed, that is 50 Hz. Here any frequency output alternating current is going to be obtained, but it converts DC into AC. Its another definition is it is an electronic circuit that produces the output without any input. Means even though no input is provided to such an oscillator circuit, it produces the maximum output. How? We have just isolated it and we have studied in feedback amplifiers. These oscillator circuits are used in generating the different frequencies which are to be utilized for a radio frequency range and also in audio frequency range. Friends, we are well aware that audio frequency range is 20 Hz to 20 kHz and radio frequency range is about 20 kHz. So all these frequencies are going to be generated by using an oscillatory circuit. That's why we can say the electronic circuit that converts DC into AC or the electronic circuit that produces the output without any input is to be called as an oscillator. Oscillators are classified into the different types. First classification is going to depend upon nature of the output waveform. When what kind of the output waveforms it produces, it generates, that decides its classification. One is a sinusoidal oscillator. Sinusoidal oscillator means an oscillator that produces the sine wave at the output of desired frequency. Then that oscillator we can call it as it is a sinusoidal oscillator. Second is a relaxation oscillator. It is an oscillator that produces the waveforms other than sine wave. That is known as the relaxation oscillator. This classification is then depends upon type of the output waveforms which are going to be generated by means of an oscillator. Second classification is depending upon the frequency generation. If an oscillator generates the frequency in audio frequency range, that is between 20 Hz to 20 kHz, then that oscillator is known as audio frequency oscillator. And if an oscillator generates the frequency in a radio frequency range that is about 20 kHz, that is known as a radio frequency oscillator. Third classification is depends upon tank circuit used. Student friends, tank circuit plays a very important and vital role in generating the frequency. The components which are used in tank circuit that will decide the classification of oscillator again in two types. One is LC oscillator. If suppose tank circuit uses inductance and capacitor as a frequency generating component, then that is known as LC oscillator. And if the tank circuit uses resistance and component as a frequency generating component, then we can call that oscillator as a RC oscillator. Friends, this is how an oscillators are going to be classified. Now let me understand the concept of positive feedback, which I already studied in the last topic, and that is known as feedback in amplifier. But taking the same reference, we can say that by theory of feedback amplifier, voltage gain after feedback is given as AVF is equal to AV upon 1 minus KAV, where AVF is the voltage gain after feedback, AV is the gain of an amplifier, and K is the feedback factor. In this particular equation of the voltage gain after feedback, if suppose 1 minus KAV becomes equal to 0. When 1 minus KAV becomes equal to 0, that is possible provided KAV becomes equal to 1. When K, in other words, we can say if KAV, that is internal loop gain, becomes equal to 1, then 1 minus KAV becomes equal to 0. And when 1 minus KAV becomes equal to 0, then voltage gain after feedback equation turns to be AVF equal to AV upon 0. AV upon 0 means infinity. Already we have studied in last topic. Thus, we get maximum output without any input. So that's why the definition of an oscillator, it is an electronic circuit that produces the output without any input. This is possible if equation of voltage gain for positive feedback amplifier holds good. Thus, for oscillator, feedback must be positive. This is the one of the condition, so that an amplifier circuit is going to be turned into an oscillator. The condition is that feedback must be positive. So this is what the meaning of positive feedback. Let me understand what is the condition to sustain the oscillations in the tank circuit. One of the condition already just we have studied, the feedback must be positive. Let me go to study if any another conditions are there. The conditions which are necessary to turn amplifier circuitry into an oscillator is known as Barkhusian criteria. To sustain the oscillations in an oscillator, it should satisfy the two conditions. First one is the loop gain of amplifier, that is KAV, should be greater than or equal to 1. This is the first condition, internal loop gain. Friends, please remember that such a type of the questions are going to be asked in your objective type questions. The loop gain of amplifier should be greater than or equal to 1. This is possible when it satisfies the second condition. And the second condition is there is a positive feedback which is obtained by producing the phase difference between input and output of an oscillator is either 0 degree or 360 degree. Meaning thereby, if the phase difference between input wave generated and output wave generated is either 360 degree or 0 degree, then the feedback turns to be a positive. Means if input signal is in phase with the feedback signal, then and then only a positive feedback is going to be get generated. This is the second condition. And when second condition satisfied, definitely internet KAV becomes greater than or equal to 1. When both the conditions are satisfied, then in an oscillator, oscillations are going to be sustained or oscillations are going to be generated. These two conditions are known as Barkhusian criteria for an oscillator. Without satisfying the Barkhusian criteria, no oscillations are going to be generated in an oscillator. Friends, furthermore, we are going to study the heart of an oscillator circuit, and that is known as tank circuit. Without tank circuit, no oscillations are going to be generated. As we have studied that tank circuit is either combination of a resistance connected in parallel with the capacitor or inductance connected with in parallel with capacitor. If resistance is connected in parallel with the capacitor, that is known as RC tank circuit. And if inductance and capacitors are connected in parallel, so as to form the LC tank circuit. Friends, we are going to study here the LC tank circuit by using them how oscillations are going to be generated. We know the basic working of inductance and capacitor. By knowing that basic working of inductance and capacitor, we are going to study how oscillations are going to be get generated in the tank circuit. Friends, we are aware that the capacitor has the property to store the charge, and if the charge stored capacitor is connected in parallel with another passive component, that capacitor is going to discharge the charges or discharge the current through the passive component connected across it. The inductance has the ability, when current passes through it, due to its self-inductance across that, magnetic field will be start building up. And it has the ability that if any component connected in parallel with that magnetic field, after getting fully magnetized, it will start collapsing. This peculiar property of inductance and capacitors are used to generate an oscillations in the tank circuit. Friends, this is the tank circuit which is represented here. In the tank circuit, the inductance L and capacitor C which are connected in parallel. Here, if you look through this, we can say here capacitor is already charged with positive charges on upper side, negative charges on the lower side. In between that, there is a switch S, it is connected. As long as switch S is open, no capacitor is connected to the inductance L, hence no any electronic mechanism that takes place. But when switch S is closed, what happens is the charges which are stored in a charged capacitor C, those charges will be starts discharging, allowing discharging current to pass through the inductance L. When discharging current will pass through the inductance L, which is represented in the figure 2, the current will flow from negative polarity through the inductance L. Due to that current across inductance L, the magnetic field will be starts developing. The process of building up the magnetic flux across the inductance L continue till capacitor completely discharges. And figure 2 represents that the capacitor is completely discharged, whereas across inductance L, magnetic field is fully developed. The process of building up the magnetic field takes place till steady state of magnetization is reached. The direction of building up the magnetic field is represented in this particular diagram too. So this is the direction with which the magnetic flux will be starts building up. But once the steady state is reached, naturally, as the being switch is closed till, as the being capacitor is completely discharged now, the magnetic flux across the inductance will starts collapsing. As the magnetic flux will be starts collapsing, the current will start, static current will start flowing through the capacitor in the opposite direction, so that capacitor will be start charging with the opposite polarity as it is represented in the figure 3. The process of collapsing the magnetic field across the inductance L continues till capacitor is going to fully charged but with opposite polarity. This is the third step which is represented. This process will continue till magnetic flux will completely collapses and capacitor C is going to be fully charged. As a being now capacitor is fully charged, as a being switch is still closed, the charged capacitor now starts discharging again, but current discharging will flow in the opposite direction, that is from top to bottom, which is opposite to that in the previous case. Due to this, again magnetic field will be starts building up across the inductance L but in the opposite direction. So this is the previous direction, whereas this one is the opposite direction. The process of building up the magnetic flux continues till capacitor fully discharges and again steady state of magnetization is reached. After that, again magnetic flux will be starts collapsing, allowing current to flow through the capacitor, and capacitor will be starts again charging with the polarity as represented in the first figure. And the same process will repeat continuously, so that magnetic field will be converted into the electric field will be converted into the magnetic field continuously, so that the oscillations are going to be set up electromagnetic oscillations are going to be set up while charging and discharging action of capacitor and also building up and collapsing the magnetic field across the inductance as L. With this process, oscillations will sustain in a tank circuit. These produced oscillations are given as a feedback signal to the amplifier, and if amplifier satisfy the Barkhausen criteria, that is KAV greater than or equal to 1 and phase difference between the feedback signal and that of input signal is 0 or 360-degree, that is positive feedback, then these oscillations are get amplified and made available at the output. Such an LC tank circuit, if it is connected in amplifier circuitry, that amplifier circuitry is going to be converted into an oscillator. This is how the oscillations are set up in the LC tank circuit. Friends, here just for your understanding, here is the LC circuit which is connected in amplifier. This is for your just reference. Here is capacitor and here is the inductance. This is the tank circuit which is a part of the amplifier formed by transistor. Friends, that's how an oscillations are going to be generated in the LC tank circuit. Student friends, today we have studied the meaning of an oscillator, oscillatory circuit, its definition, types of oscillator, depending upon various factors, depending upon waveform generated, depending upon tank circuit, depending upon frequency generated. After that, we have studied the concept of positive feedback. Then we have studied the condition necessary to sustain the oscillations, that is the Barkhausen criteria. And at last, we have covered the LC tank circuit, by using which how oscillations are going to be generated, and we concluded that after connecting this particular tank circuitry in an amplifier circuit, we can get oscillations amplified at the output of an amplifier, and the circuit is going to be converted into an oscillatory circuit. Friends, that's all about today's lecture. Next time we will go for one of the proper oscillator circuitry to be studied by us.